I'm gonna put you on, nephew.
I don't.
Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?
Miss, I've been hitting up McDonald's for years. Now it's back. We need snack wraps.
What's a snack wrap?
It's the return of something great.
Snack wrap is back.
You're listening to Heaving Bosoms, the podcast where two best friends recap romance novels while realizing the true ramifications of our favorite microtropes. Hey HBs, it's great to have you back for part 2. If you haven't heard part 1, check out the episode that came out yesterday and then come back. Before we get started, I want to shout out some beautiful people who have supported us on Patreon. A big thanks and enthusiastic high fives go out to Deborah B., Jordan M., Salamanda, and Emily M. When we left off yesterday, Peter was just starting to court the women on Celine's shortlist, knowing he only has 6 weeks to meet, court, and marry a woman before the custody court date for his siblings. Stressful. That's where we're jumping in.
When I tell you, it is nothing but just adorable comedy of errors in this man's life. He is the talk of the ton, and it is not because he is not a hot mess. It is, in fact, the exact opposite. Somehow, every single date that he has gone on with these women has turned into gossip because something has happened.
He's such a hot mess, and he's so sincere about it, you know? Really.
He's such a sincere hot mess. In both ways you could possibly take the phrase, he is such a sincere hot mess. It's both.
Yes, absolutely.
He is a sincere human being. He is also sincerely the hottest of messes.
No, he could never pull off a ruse the way that Georgiana does, you know? So we finally get there because he's sort of like calling on and dating Iris, Lydia, and Georgiana all at the same time to see like if he can make it work. But then they're also having these like private conversations where he's like, ugh. Like at one point, Selena walks up with Lydia at a ball and she's like, oh, my Duke, sir, your Graceness, you should dance. And he says, oh, I would love to dance with you, Lady Selena. And she says, oh, no. I meant that you should dance with Lydia right here. Do you see Lydia, my beautiful copper-haired friend? And so then his inner monologue is him kicking himself, being like, of course she didn't want to dance with me. Why did I assume she would want to dance with me? She's awesome, and I'm me. And, like, she has no interest in me because I'm the fucking worst. And, like, she's trying to get me married off to other ladies, and I just have to get rid of my crush on her. God damn it.
This man is so full of self-doubt and self-incrimination. He thinks he is the worst of the worst that has ever worsted.
Yeah.
And as far as upper crust 1815 English society goes, he is the worst that has ever worsted.
Yeah. Plus he's an outsider.
And he's an outsider. But he's just the whole book. His inner monologues are so sweet. He's such a little potato, and I love him.
And he thinks to himself, like, yeah, I've failed at everything I've ever tried to do in my life. Like, why would I also not fail at this?
And I love him so much.
Yeah. Because his backstory really quickly is that he had a brother that sort of grew up as his playmate because he was also a natural child of his lecherous father. And so they grew up together as playmates, and he didn't find out that Morgan, this kid, they were born within like 2 weeks of each other. That's how terrible this fuckhead is.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't know that they were brothers until Morgan came down with a really rapid case of consumption and ended up dying. And so Peter tried so hard. They didn't know what it was at that point, right? And so he kept on writing to his father. Yeah.
Maybe this is a hot take.
Okay.
Josephine. Was that her name? I don't know. It started with a J.
Is that the maid's name?
Yes. I think something like that. It's Josephine or something
Morgan's
like that.
mom.
Morgan's mom.
Yeah.
Is now the time?
I know.
To tell you this is your brother?
Yeah.
I don't know that that's a choice I would have made, I guess is what it boils down to. There's a time and a place for sharing family secrets, and I don't know that the deathbed of your child's half-brother
and best friend of his whole life.
I don't know that now's the time, ma'am.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but he thinks to himself, well, the only way that my father would be allowing this to happen is because he doesn't know. So he keeps on writing to his father over and over and over again, begging him for doctors and money and medicine, because the dad at this point was so mad at his mom for being anti-slavery and other stuff, right? That he completely abandoned them and would not support them at all financially either. So he's begging his dad for like support and doctors and medicine and money or anything, like literally anything. Until finally, and he keeps thinking that the letters are like lost at sea because the dad's not writing back. And then finally the dad writes back and he's like, I have no son in America at all. So then Morgan dies and he thinks it's all his fault. And now he's failing with his siblings, right? He can't get anybody to let him just care for them. All he wants to do is make sure that they have the stablest, most lovingest home anywhere in England or the world.
And I love him.
All he wants to do is make sure that they never question whether or not they are loved and safe. And nobody will let him do it, God damn it. Anyway, so he's
I have
like,
a lot
of
feelings
course.
about him.
Yes, I love him so much. I just love like the book so much. Okay, so anyway, then, like, they go on a walk with Georgiana and Lydia in which he discovers Georgiana's patented brand that she's been, performing around the ton. And Selena is kind of, you can tell that she's kind of excited about the fact that he doesn't know what to do with Georgiana, to the point that he looks over at her at one point and mouths, "Help." And she's like... And so she's delighted by this because she doesn't want Georgiana to be the quote-unquote type of woman he's into, right? That's not at all what she is. And then at the end of the outing, he still asks Georgiana if he can call on her. And everybody is confused by it, including Georgiana and her mom, which I think is wonderful. Do we think the mom knows about the authorship? Do we think the mom is in on the whole thing?
I don't know that she's in on the authorship, but she's definitely in on the fact that this is all a front.
You think so?
Absolutely. Because, like, when it gets to at the end of the book, when Georgiana, it comes out that Georgiana isn't full of moths.
Sure.
Exclusively full of moths.
Right.
The mother is like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And then Georgiana speaks up and she's just like, well, I guess the secret's out.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Because the mom also acts the exact same way. And they like play off each other for, with dumbness. Anyway, he still asks if he can call on her. And Selena's like kind of disappointed. And then when they're alone together again in the park, she's like, so is that the kind of woman that you're into? That Georgiana kind of lady? And
it's like, don't be a bitch, ma'am.
I know.
You're the one who fucking put her on the list, and all you do is sit here and talk about what a fucking vapid nightmare piece of shit Georgiana.
I know.
Like, ma'am, I need you to take a fucking seat.
Do you or do you not want him to marry one of these women? She does not, listener. The answer is she does not. But she hasn't admitted that to herself yet. Anyway, so now there's like a dinner that they go to all together, or a ball or something like that. And she sees him, you know, doing society with the three ladies. And she's like, he's no closer to asking one of these women to marry him. He's like still scattershotting his flirting on all three of them, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. So she pulls him into a room by themselves, and she's like, what the fuck is going on with you? You're too flirty, you're too cute, you're too charming. And he's like, I'm so sorry. You're telling me that is my issue with not having a woman marry me? And she's like, yeah, because you're doing it equally between all three of them. You need to make one of them feel special because you only want one of them to marry you.
Really importantly, just listener, for you to really truly understand Georgiana, I need to read you this real quick.
Oh, please. Is it about the hats, maybe? Is that
That's
a hat?
She said in amazement. That's what? He was almost afraid to ask. A hat, she said, and there went the teeth again. White and even, and surely too numerous for one aristocrat's daughter. That's a hat. He could not introduce this woman to his sister. Lucinda would gnaw on her bones. Peter turned to Selena and mouthed, help. The expression of tooth-grinding misery on her face shifted suddenly as she looked at him. One corner of her mouth twitched up and she blinked desperately, and thank God now she too was about to laugh. For context, this entire conversation, has this woman ever had a thought that wasn't a hat in her life?
Yeah. At one point, she's like, that's also an island. How many islands are there?
The fucking island conversation where she's like, there must be at least 7. And everyone's like,
mentioned more than that probably at this point, but she decides that she's not good at math. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, and then she also asks if she can have a valet because His Grace's valet is so good at curling his hair. And he's like, oh, I hate to inform you, but this is just my natural hair. It just grows like this. And Selena at this point is like, no, the fuck it is. That's not even, how dare you?
That's fucking rude. But then at one point, he's like, well, I'll bring all of my ponies and one of my chariots. That's not the word, but one of my chariots to pick you up, Georgiana. And she's like, lovely. Will you bring the horses' valets too? And he's just like, yeah.
What's happening right now?
I sure will bring the horse valets.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So anyway, also he references his horses, and then her rejoinder is about how, yes, those cows, she would think, need at least 2 per. It's so fucking funny. Anyway. So I kind of wish
Georgiana so much.
I know. I kind of wish that Georgiana's ruse was still intact at the beginning of her book. You know what I mean? And maybe it is with the rest of society still, and she only takes it down with her friends. Mm-hmm. But, like, I need to see how she navigates that
By
ruse.
the way, Aunt Judith and Tomlinson, is that her name?
Thomason.
They're
together.
They're lovers, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Because I was like, there's no way that they're not, right?
It's the sweetest.
I love them. It's her longtime companion.
Right. I had the same question throughout, but then Thomason all but says it at the end of the book when they find out about Belvoir's. She looks over at Aunt Judith and she says, you know what? It would have been really nice to have known that I wasn't alone in my feelings.
Yes.
Until I met Aunt Judith, basically.
You're right.
So anyway, she pulls him into this room, right? And she's like, you need to be able to just, like, make one of them feel special. And he's like, okay, I'll work on it. Like, all right, fuck, fine. And then he goes to leave. And she stops him and she says, no, I need you to practice on me. I need you to show me that you can do it. And he's like, what? Practice on you? She's like, yeah, make me feel like I'm the only woman on earth for you.
And then She licked her lips, and he brought his hand to the side of her long, slender neck, his thumb just brushing the skin behind her ear. Alarms were sounding in his head, shrieking, "Stop talking!" and "Back away!" and "She's not for you, you ass!" He ignored it all and savored the impossible softness of her skin. I think about you all the time. Even when I shouldn't think of you, I do. And then, "I am so glad I know you," he said. "You are so clever, so damned sweet. I can't stop wondering what it is that you smell of. I dream about how you would taste. And Christ, Selena, I want to taste every part of you." And then she's about to say his name, and then she doesn't. And then he smooches her. And everything is right in the world.
And they kiss the daylights out of each other. And then he's overcome and he says, "Marry me." And she says, "What? Are you still practicing?" And he says, "No, I wasn't practicing this whole time. Like, it's you. I want you. You are the woman for me. I want to marry you." And there's this hesitation. And then she says, "Peter, I can't." And he's like, "Oh, of course you can't, because I'm such bullshit that why would anyone, really?" So he's like, "Yep, you're right. You're totally right. I'm going to leave you alone now. And we should probably get out of here." And then she's like, "Okay, you leave first for your reputation." And he's like, "Selena, if we're caught in here, you're the only one who's going to be hurt by it." And she's like, "Oh, but I'm not worried about me. You need to have a good reputation for the children." It's the children.
Heart.
I love the children, and I want to make sure that you get them so that they have the best life possible, she says. So then, the next thing that happens is finally the dinner with the Eldons at Rowland House, which is Selena's brother's house. So they do this whole dinner, right? Lady Eldon is sat next to... Sorry.
By the way, we have skipped this, but there is a scene where we learn that all of Georgiana's stuff is a ruse. And it's because she sees a little dog that is drowning.
I thought this happened after. No, we're not at the dinner yet. We're going to tell you all about this dog. Tell him everything, Sabrina.
So he is out and about on the fancy walk spot.
The Serpentine.
Yep, sure. And it's the fancy walk spot for all of the fancy people in England and in Hyde Park. And all of a sudden, Georgiana gets real serious and she's like, "There's a dog in the river." And he's like,
"Is that a dog?"
Uh-huh. And he's like, no, it's fine. And she's like, No,
that's a dog.
Go look at that. That is a dog. There's definitely a dog there." And he's like,
stranded out in the middle
it's
of the
fine.
river.
And then he looks and he's like, "Oh shit, that is a dog." Meanwhile, at this point, Selena has gotten
in his defense really quickly. His whole...
I would have believed it was a plastic bag in the river before I believed that Georgiana actually saw and recognized a dog.
An 1815 plastic bag. Exactly right. And so, one of his...
No, Melody. I would have believed it was a do not fucking fix the words coming out of my mouth.
I'm not fixing the words for you. This
is not an 1815 plastic bag.
Outlandish.
This is a modern day plastic bag floating in the Serpentine. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. It's so outlandish that she would recognize a dog over something else. That, a plastic bag probably time traveled back to 1815 so that she could mistake it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Glad we're on the...
No, I wasn't correcting you. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, and so meanwhile, his strategy to hanging out with her, because at this point he's just doing it for show, and he wants to make sure that he lets her down easy and stuff. So he's sort of trying to do a calculated, back away slowly kind of situation. And so he's like, my strategy is just to try to get her to break every time we're together. So, like, at one point, he says to her that he thinks that eggs are the roundest animal. And she doesn't even twitch, right?
Honestly, Georgiana is stronger than I am.
Truly.
Georgiana is so much stronger than I would be
she should
capable
be a spy.
of being.
Yeah. Maybe she is a spy. Anyway, so... Oh, yeah. So he's like, okay, now that we've seen this dog, I can't unsee it. And now I have to take off my boots and get into the water and rescue this dog. And then all of a sudden, from behind him, he hears Selena go, I'm sorry, what are you doing right now? Are you attempting to take off your boots and get in the serpentine with God and everybody around? And he's like, and he's so delighted that he can hear that, like, her voice has washed over him, you know? Like, he's so excited that she's there now. And he's like, well, there's a dog. She's like,
well, the reason she has shown up is because she's like, I cannot let chaos reign in.
Oh, yeah. Because, like, at one point, he decided that Georgiana leaving her hat in his carriage meant that she could be ruined. And so he tried to climb her garden fence to get into her house and replace the hat and then get away without anybody seeing him in broad daylight.
Obviously,
he thought that was a better option.
Obviously, everybody saw him in broad daylight.
And then he ended up in the scandal sheets again.
Yes.
So she's like, I am not letting you do this. Oh, yeah. He's their favorite subject. So she's like, absolutely not. I'm not letting you do this. You and Georgiana are going to take a fucking walk, and I will go get the dog. Me and all of my petticoats are going to go get that fucking dog because it's safer for me than it is for you. And he finally is persuaded. But then he looks at Georgiana, explains what Selena wants them to do, and then he hears Georgiana in a completely different register of voice go, not bloody likely. And he's like, oh, hold on. Is this the real Georgiana? So then they scheme together, and Georgiana is going to go get a boat for him to row into, like, the reeds and rescue Selena so nobody sees her. So Georgiana... The whole plan is resting on feather-brained Georgiana, right? Mm-hmm. She has to go get a boat, make sure that it shows up to the right place. Then she has to, like, coordinate with his carriage to get to a certain spot that's out of sight so that they can get there and not be seen. Like, this is something that she should not be capable of. And she's like, if you give me the dog, fine, I'll do whatever you want, but I want that dog. Mm-hmm. Also, they call it Bacon, and in book 2, you find out that its name is Sir Francis Bacon.
It is literal perfection.
It's so cute. Anyway, so they do all of this, right? And he ends up saving her. She huddles in the bottom of the boat, and then she's laying there being like, Peter, if you knew that the boats were this close... Why were you even contemplating getting into the water? You could have taken a boat to the dog. And he's like, oh, shit, I didn't even think about it.
That didn't
and then they
even
both burst out laughing.
My mind. And then they're just giggling in the boat together. It's perfection. So now we are at that dinner party, though.
Yeah.
And we're at this dinner party, and they have gone into... Oh, she has walked away from the dinner party because she needs some time to just process and be herself for a minute. And then he pops up.
Wait. It's important because the whole dinner is to lay the groundwork for this chancery court situation, right? Because their idea, they found out early on that Eldon eloped with his wife, Bess. And so... this is one of the reasons, we forgot to tell you, this is one of the reasons Selena thought that him getting married would help, because she thinks that Eldon has, like, a secret romance bone in his body and could be charmed and, you know, encouraged by the fact that he has the same sort of romantic notions and also then has a woman to help support the children in their growth. So the whole deal is that this is a backdoor to charm Lady Eldon so that she will put pressure on Lord Eldon to make it so the kids can stay with him. And so he is regaling her about New Orleans, they say, which is hilarious. It's like the British pronunciation of New Orleans, apparently. I didn't know that. Anyway, so yeah, he like does that. He talks about the kids all the time. Lord Eldon tries to come at his jugular about the kids, and the whole dinner party gangs up against him and defends Peter and, you know, the sanctity and genuine concern that he has for his children, the sanctity of his plight, if you will. And it's wonderful. But by the end of it, he's like, this fucking blows. Like, he thinks I'm actual shit on his shoe, and I need to just, like, get my shit together privately. So now, go ahead.
So then he goes into a room, and as he is shutting the door, Selena pops up out of nowhere, and she's like, no! Turns out this door, when it shuts, locks. And
it's
now
broken. It only opens from the outside.
They are...
Hey, Duke of Roland, you have more money than God. Why isn't this door fixed? Question mark.
Hey.
What's happening over there? Romance reasons.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just don't, it's not the time or the place to fix a door, okay?
I don't know. If I had 700 people working for me just to keep my mansion in balance. Hey,
I need you to sit the fuck down.
No, you're right.
Melody Carlisle.
Right. Yeah,
how fucking dare you get on this Duke about having a non-functional door in his house, okay?
Especially,
how dare you?
Yeah, especially
when
the outcome,
the outcome,
it facilitates a smooch.
Is so perfect.
Yeah, it is so perfect. Yeah. So he's also kind of like berating himself because he's like, Selena's plan would have fucking worked. Because one of Lord Eldon's complaints about his, you know, stewardship of the kids in general is that he has no support. And so he's like, man, if I had just shown up here with a fucking fiance, that would have gone so far. And this is the sort of malaise that's come over him as he's going into this sitting room. So when Selena's there in the dark, okay, also, everyone, he's like, what are you doing here? And she's like, I live here, sir. So you can shut the fuck right up.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah.
But also, it's not a great question.
None of your business.
This is her house.
Yeah.
Peter.
And so he looks at her and he says, I'm sorry. And she's like, what could you possibly be sorry for? And he's like, I can't follow your advice. Like, that whole dinner proved to me that you're right, and I can't do it. And she looks at him and very tellingly, Sabrina, okay, very tellingly, she says, are you apologizing because you can't marry someone else?
Mm-hmm.
Not that you can't marry, but you can't marry someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm telling you. And she says, why? Why ever not? Selena says.
Well, because she
pulls a Georgiana.
Well, she has a little spark of hope in her heart.
Yeah, because she has been comforting herself and like making herself believe that he was just practicing the whole time. You know, of course he doesn't want to marry her. That would be ridiculous. But now he's like, you know exactly why. And then he gets up and he goes over to her and, oh my gosh, he's like right in front of her face. And then all she says to him is, more. Last time wasn't enough. And so, boy, they start doing a big ol' makeout.
They're smooching. And then we do have a delightful England Times fall over, get stuck in the petticoats. It's chaos. And
yeah. He does your favorite microtrope where they're falling, you know, over an ottoman or something stupid, and he like turns them just in time so that he takes the brunt of the fall. Can I tell
listener?
you? Yeah.
Yep, continue.
No, please go. No, please go.
I was going to say that, hey, listener, we've been reminded here at HBHQ that microtrope does end up with agony on the part of the faller.
Yes, listener, I have a newfound understanding and respect for the poor souls who go with this microtrope, you know? Because, boy, did I go rollerblading with my kid, and boy, did she get in front of me in a way that made me, you know, go down so that I didn't fall on her, and I fell right onto my tailbone with her on top of me. But again, I did not fall on her, and really, that's the whole point of the situation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, but fuck, dude. My tailbone.
It didn't feel great.
All week. I mean, I hit my tailbone so hard that my vision, like, clouded on the edges and my ears started ringing. Like, there was a spinal situation that happened there of some sort. To the point that, like, now I was trying to finally fucking plant my cherry tree, so I'm trying to dig the biggest hole in the whole wide world, and I didn't know that my tailbone, like, the tailbone area, I know that you use your glutes to dig, right? But I didn't think that, like, the tailbone was such a pivotal part of bending over and standing back up.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Shit.
The tailbone really affects every aspect of your day-to-day life, and you don't really realize it until you're dying.
And I keep on hitting it at, like, just the right angle to where it sends just, like, fresh agony up my body. Oh, it's wild. So, yeah, long story long, frankly, is that I have a brand new appreciation and respect for characters who enact that microtrope. It hurts.
Yeah, you got to deal with the actual reality of what it means to fall
only
on
at
your
like
tailbone.
50 pounds. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I only had like a 50-pound person on me.
Yeah, you weren't catching a whole fully grown human being. Yeah.
Good Lord. Yeah. So anyway, all right. So now they're on the ground, right? And remember, this room can't be opened from the inside. It can only be opened from the outside. And what does happen? But the door all of a sudden opens and the light shines upon them as she's like halfway on top of him. And it says that both of his hands are firmly still on her rump.
Yep. Well, I mean, like, obviously, if somebody falls on top of you who you desire deeply, then obviously you have to grab their butt, you know, for safety.
I'm not gonna waste my hands trying to catch my fall when I have a really great rump in my hands.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Butt to grab, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the person who opened that door was, in fact, Lady Eldon.
Mm-hmm.
And Lady Eldon does not play it cool. Lady Eldon freezes.
Lady
freezes
Eldon
hard.
is the cutest thing. I love her and her hubby's, like, because he's such a fucking hard ass who's like a secret romantic, apparently. Even that, like, I'm not trying to make Lord Eldon seem like the bee's knees, but like Lady Eldon and the way she manages that man is very cute.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
their dynamic is really cute when you forget that she's basically the only other person that he ascribes actual humanity to.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah. You just
I know. So anyway, she tries to be like, we're nothing going on here, but her husband's like, I know that tone in your voice. And he walks in. So now everybody's here now. All of a sudden, they managed to get up off the ground looking very sheepish.
And the Duke of Roland, her brother, walks in and he, if looks could kill, Peter Kent is not making it up off that ground.
He is big mad.
Okay, it was so cute, though, because the Duke of Roland, fuck knows what his name is.
Nicholas?
Duke of Roland, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think so, too.
I think you're correct. Wow.
I know. Check me out.
Look at you.
It's because it doesn't matter. As soon as a name matters, I can't remember it to save my goddamn life.
But you know what? Fair.
It's the trend I'm noticing.
Yeah. What does that say about... Wow. Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, he walks in
so
and
mad.
like, it was so cute though, because he was like, look, you don't have to marry him.
Wait. We're not even there yet.
Whoopsies.
Because the way that she tries to fix this situation is to say, Lady Eldon, have I introduced you to my future husband?
Mm-hmm.
This is the Duke of Stanhope. You just had dinner with him.
Uh-huh.
But now I am presenting him to you as my future husband. And so Lady Eldon's falling over herself to congratulate them. She thinks this is like so a big romance, great stuff. Mm-hmm. Lord Eldon is just like keeping his trap shut and taking her home. And now the family is all in the room together. And Nicholas's wife, Daphne, I know off the top of my head. Look at this. Look at me go.
Hey, Melody.
Yeah.
What's our heroine's name?
No. Oh. No, I've got this. It's... Why do I want to say Louisa? That's not her name. No. It's Sabrina. It's Serena.
Close. It's Selena.
Selena is...
Anyway, you can move. You continue.
I know his name is Peter. Ha. So that's our hero's
I've already
name.
Said it.
Great. Oh, damn it.
Peter Kent.
God bless America. So anyway.
Just can't let you catch a break.
No, you know what? You're right. You're right. I can't give it to me either. But Daphne is like, have you two actually come to an understanding? Or like, was that just jazz hands to get out of the immediate situation?
Mm-hmm. Because if it was just jazz hands, you don't have to do it. Like, we'll weather the scandal. We'll make it work. Like, we're going to Tim Gunn this, and we're not going to let this ruin the future that you believe in for yourself.
Mm-hmm. And so she looks up at him and she says, you do still want to get married, right? And he's like, yeah, I mean, I'm good over here, but I can also help you get out of it if you don't want to be, because you did just tell me not even maybe 3 days ago that you absolutely did not want to marry me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so she's like, yep, we're getting married and we're very excited about it. Nicholas tries to be like, oh, I need you to come into my man room over here and talk man stuff about like how this is going to go. And she's like, I should have more say in my future than like two random men getting together. And it's like, Selena, they are your brother and future husband. You know what I mean? So like, they're not random, but we see your point.
Yeah.
Then, as he's like getting taken away to go get a dressing down by Nicholas, she grabs him and whispers in his ear, I have to tell you something. I will come to your house this evening.
She
and
says
then he
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
I thought you said
to
he
him.
said it.
I might have said that. And so, yes, the clarification is Selena says that to Peter. Two correct names of the MC and FMC. Great job, heaving bosoms. Great job.
I would like to say it did make me really happy that the name you did accidentally almost call our heroine was Sabrina. And as somebody who just recently read a book where Sabrina was just an evil, heinous asshole of a villain. Ugh. I've never read Sabrina as a MC, which, you know, whatever. It's whatever. But like...
Isn't Kim supposed to fix that soonish?
Shh. I don't want to put pressure on Kim. I don't want to put pressure on Kim.
No,
I feel
totally.
so douchey. I've already done it once on podcast. That's such an asshole move. Anyway, but like, no, recently, like, we met this like evil, heinous, absolute raging asshole of a villain. And Sabrina. And I was like, no.
No, Sabrinas are notoriously sweet. So
I mean, I'm not going to say
that's been my experience. Mm-hmm.
Wow. This feels pointed in a way that I'm not really sure how to put into words. But I think it has something to do with betrayal.
Oh, what?
Are you actually?
How did we get there?
Oh, it just feels
I'm
like
not being facetious.
Oh, okay. I thought you were making.
I'm genuinely saying that out loud with a totally straight face and an open heart. Sabrina, I'm still not being facetious. Why are you looking at me like that?
Do you ever just live with a guilty conscience and so like everything?
I mean, yeah. I can invent any reason for somebody to be mad at me.
Oh, boy. All right.
All right. And so that's where we're going to leave it. She is going to attempt to make an illicit trip to his house when we open up in next week's episode. Because, yeah.
And
we're doing 2 weeks of this book.
Yep. Intentional.
Good job, us. Good job. Anyway, that was my... What?
I was about to say, what was that melody? But, like, what was that? It felt familiar, but then my brain just, like, froze. Because I was like, what was that melody? And then I was like...
Yeah.
Murr. And I just didn't know where to go after the first melody, because my brain was like... Well, the problem was my brain. I'm so used to text to speech that I was almost
melody?
like, yeah, like what was melody? What was that melody, comma melody? Because I'm so used to voice to text now that sometimes when I'm just talking to people, I'll throw in exclamation points or question marks or commas.
Sure.
While I'm talking to their face or on the phone.
You know what's funny? I don't have a legitimate reason for randomly, well, not randomly, but very pointedly putting question mark at the end of my questions. It's not even like a legitimate, I just do it.
You do have a valid reason. It's for emphasis.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you for validating my actions. Yeah.
See, I can get behind a exclamation point or a question mark for emphasis in your verbal speech, but comma, that's rough.
Comma's tougher, yeah, and don't even get me started on semicolon. You know what I mean? Or like an M dash. Oh my God, if I was trying to put an M dash in places, it's tough.
Well, yeah, because obviously it's a melody dash. It's not an M dash.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Okay. Wait.
Anyway,
the reason it sounded familiar is because normally what you hear me singing is "Good job, Melody, good job," and I just changed the person that it was about, making it both of us.
Oh.
You know what threw you off? It was my inclusivity. You know what I mean?
I'm just so used to you being such a self-centered.
Yeah.
Like,
that's exactly right.
Like, I'm so used to you being the main character.
Yeah, me praising myself and just like leaving you in the dust.
That's hilarious, because my brain clocked it. It was like, that is extremely familiar. What is that though? Which happens a lot.
Yeah.
But
sure.
Like, all right. Oh my God.
Okay,
wait, Melody. Wait, I have to tell you one quick thing.
What?
So, you know how songs get stuck in people's head, right?
Yeah.
Well, lately, and I haven't even listened to it because it's not worth it. Because usually if I get a song stuck in my head, if I actually go listen to the song, it leaves. It's great. It's wonderful. It works almost every single time.
Oh.
Except when it happens every single time I play Minecraft lately.
Uh-oh.
Because every time I find a block of TNT for the rest of the night, and these are not short nights. And God forbid it happens at the beginning of the night. The rest of the game, just randomly throughout the evening, I'm just like, TNT is dynamite. TNT. And that's all I know off the top of my head.
Incredible. Does Minecraft have bespoke songs for different events that happen in the game?
No.
Or is that from the movie?
I mean...
Or is it both?
There's sounds.
Is that the sound?
No.
Oh,
not
where
even
does it
close.
come from then?
What? TNT.
Is that a song?
Oh my God. Yes, Melody.
What song is it? by Whomst. Whomst did that song in the world. I'm so confused. Well, because have you seen the Minecraft movie?
No, not yet.
Oh my God, go see it. I'm not a Minecraft, and so I didn't get all the jokes, but it was even funny for me. And Jack Black
AC/DC TNT?
I cannot remember hearing that song. But you know what? I'm going to go listen to it.
Okay,
after
sounds
this recording, if I remember.
All right.
So.
Bye, listener.
Bye. Thank you for being here with us. Next week, we'll be back with the second half of this book. Heaving Bosoms is produced by us, Melody Carlisle and Sabrina Bradley. Editing is done by me, Melody Carlisle. Our theme music is by the incredible singer-songwriter Brittany Fonts, and our art is by the ultra-talented author Kate Pryor. If you like our show, remember to follow us on your favorite podcast app, rate us 5 stars, and leave a review. That one small action is a huge way to help the show. If you want to get in touch with us for advertising inquiries or anything else, you can email us at heavingbosomspodcast@gmail.com. If you want more of us, visit patreon.com/heavingbosomspodcast. You can also find us on Instagram at Heaving Bosoms, on TikTok at Heaving_Bosoms, and in our Facebook group, the Heaving Bosoms Geriatric Friendship Cult. See you next week.